Yo, what up? It's Mark Quiddy with Madhouse. I'm back here with another video, and today I'm going to break down how I made this melodic trap beat. The first step to making melodic trap beats is picking a nice, subtle sound to start the beat with. In this particular beat, I was looking for a loop that had a dark tone but still had that melodic element to it. So this is the one that I picked. Really nice. I used a shelf EQ here and just kind of cut it in between 100 hertz and about 1000 hertz. Used shaper box to pan left to right, gave it some movement, and then a compressor to even out the volume, keep everything level, and that's it. So these are my next two sounds here. They're playing the same notes as you can see, but I'm gonna go over what each one is playing. So this one is in the lower octave and it's a choir, so it sounds like this. Really nice progression. What I did was just throw a couple EQs on there, one to cut and one to boost, as long as a compressor, and I panned it to the right because this next sound I complemented it with. I panned it over to the left, and this is in the higher octave, and it sounds like this. Same procedure for this one. EQ to cut and to boost, as well as a compressor. So both of the volume, so all the volume stays even throughout each of the sounds. And now playing them together, and you'll be able to tell that they have a place in the mix, left and right. So they each have their own space. Very nice. Now on to the fourth sound. Real simple. It is a string playing in the 5th and 6th octave, layering up here. And this is what it sounds like. Really nice notes, and you could tell that it's moving left to right again with shaper box. Also, shelf EQ, boost a little bit, compressor, standard over here for each of these sounds. But what I really like is that it stands out very nicely against these previous sounds, which I'll play for you guys now. So with that string, you could really tell that it's changing the vibe of the actual sample. It's almost taking away from the dark aspect and giving it that melodic, soft vibe. And I really like that sound in here. So far the sample has been very chilled out, long, drawn out notes. And so now I'm going to go over these next couple of sounds that add a lot of rhythm and bounce to the sample. And I'm going to show y'all how both of these sounds complement each other. So here's the first one. That's sound number one. And that's sound number two. I'm going to play them together. And what you want to keep in mind is when you're making these, the sound selection is really important because the way that these two complement each other fills in the sample a whole lot. So I'm going to play these two now. So what you can hear there is it's kind of like one sound because they complement each other perfectly. And yes, over here, they are panned left and right. And they have really simple, just an EQ and compressor on each. But it's all about picking the right sound, and these two fit perfect. Now, for the most impactful part of the sample is the lead melody. And there's only, again, two sounds for the lead, but they're very, very nice high energy sounds. And this is the lead pattern that I chose, so I'll play it for you now. So what you can hear in that first one is very high frequencies, and I actually cut them like that. Added a long delay, as well as compression and this EQ to take out some of the harsh frequencies, because there were some in there. But I have this next one that complements it very nice. So this is how it sounds. So that one, as you can hear, fills in more of the low end. I still kind of kept the high end in there, but the other one is a lot more high end focused. That one EQ, compression, and this is what it sounds like together. So same idea as the last one. You kind of want to pick sounds that they almost blend so perfectly it sounds like one sound. And so I think I did a good job here. And after all of that, we have the full completed sample. It is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sounds. So pretty big sample, but I'm gonna play it all together here. Very nice. You can definitely hear the dark elements in the back, but also the very upfront melodic lead. And I really like how this one came out. Taking a look at the drums over here, they're super simple, and that's because the sample is already very full. And so when you're making a beat like this, you want to kind of just form the drums around the sample. And since the sample is doing kind of a lot, I just kept the drums really simple. I'm going to start off with the hi-hat and the clap. Really nice two-step, few rolls in there, as well as the clap. And the clap has a good amount of reverb, which I thought matches very nicely. Next up is the counter snare, and this is where you really want to get creative. I didn't really do too much, but the counter snare can definitely add almost like a personality to your beat, and this is what I chose. You could see how it's really working in there with the rest of the drums, giving it that unique and personal feel. So I got a few percussion sounds that I threw in there, an open hat, and this chant that I really like to use. This is what these two sound like, along with the hi-hat and the clap. Keeps the drums more interesting, but also really simple, nothing crazy. Last but not least, you got pretty much the driving force of any trap beat, and that's the 808. This one, actually, I followed the lead rhythm, so this is what it sounds like. And as you can tell, that is also following the root notes of the track, which is these right here. And that is pretty much always what you're going to do with your 808. Just make it follow the root notes. It will always sound good. And just pick a nice 808 that matches the beat. And that's it. So here's the drums all together. Really nice, really simple. But when you go ahead and play it with the full sample over here, which I'll do right now, it is just amazing. So yeah, that's this beat breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next week's upload. And let me know what you think of this beat in the comments. See you later.